Hey, Bill. Hey, Coin Digging. What are you guys doing today? Still trying to get a little bit organized here. Got all 4 seasons today. Is that good or bad? Hey, Cindy. Take your time. I'm still getting organized. Hey, Jonathan. Where you been, man? Just straightening some things up real quick so I'm more ready to go. So it's kind of crazy to think that tomorrow will be the last day, probably in any of our lifetimes, that we'll live in a year that starts with, or that ends with the word teen. Which kind of makes you wonder, when we look back at the 1920s and okay, Cindy, when we look back at the 1920s and we see all the images and the videos and all of that and the reaction that we have to that, well, the next generation that's going through the 80s and the 90s and going into 21, 15, and 16, well, they look back at us and think the same things. That's just the kind of thing I think about. You hope so? You know, I'm hoping they don't look back at us thinking that we were like, you know, acted like Neanderthals. With some of the horrible decision making we've made. Your kids think you're still in the 1920s. I mean, you basically you sell trees and wood for a living. I can't imagine that a lot changes in that profession. Other than like you have power tools now. It depends on who's writing it, right? Depends on if it's a historian that actually wants to be historically accurate or not. All right, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Let Cindy have a chance to try and get her system going. So yeah, tonight we do have a few new items, but then we're also doing just kind of a clearance for the end of the year. And then Thursday is going to be kind of the same thing. You know, get ready for 2020. Hey, Bill. Still use horses to drag trees. Oh yeah, why not? Coin digging, hopefully your kids, when they grow up, will realize how lucky they actually were. Horses don't get stuck. And they don't require gas. Gas and oil and expensive maintenance and all that. You don't have to worry about that with horses. You just got to feed them. Feed them and keep them warm during the winter. Hey, and tire maintenance. It's not tire maintenance, it's shoe shopping. Shoe shopping and pedicure. You gave it a swift kick in the pants. We're talking about horses. All right, well, let's get this thing on the road. Oh, get my camera straightened out. There we go. All right, so first item is some airtights. Got a 15 pack that we're doing for $10. And this goes from I'll show you the guys the size range here. There's the smallest size. That's like a penny. And there's the largest size, which is like, I have it marked as a 10 ouncer. It might be a 5 ouncer. But it's one of them that holds those giant rounds. And then we got one that's like that size. And a little bit of everything in between. So this one's going for $10. There's 15 in the bag, including those couple of really big ones. Lots of different sizes. Going for $10 for 15 of them. Trees and saws and sawdust. Old school life ain't so bad. Heck no. I grew up on a farm and I loved it. I liked having all the animals around. Of course, nowadays I look back at how much land we had and how little we did with it. I'm like, man, we could have done so much more. Last call on this one. $10, 15 airtights, including 2 really, really big ones. You guys like my little picture for today? All right, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you need those, let me know. Trees, fields, and swamps. Like, what do you farm in a swamp? Do you have, like, trees that are breeds that like swampy land? Alright, next up, we've got some large medallions. And by large, I mean these things are quite big. And we're starting off with a big old Stone Mountain design. This one's like a copper bronze. Cedar trees and fish. Now, do you actually farm the fish, or are they just there naturally? Upside down. So that's a really cool big one. And this one is going for $4. You planted the fish? You mean stocked the fish? Grab a quarter here real quick so you guys can actually get a scale. Here's a quarter to show the size scale of this thing. Looking for $4. And again, that's the design of the Stone Mountain $1/2. Stocked, sticked, planted, same thing. Walleye and bass are delicious. I've had bass, I've never had walleye. Last call on this one. Text is lagging. Alright, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want that, let me know. Alright, next up we get a Classic Eagle 24 karat gold plated. Big ol' medallion. Comes with the certificate of authenticity. This one comes in a little pouch. Actually, the rest of these come in a pouch. That one was the only one that didn't have one. There you go. And again, this is 24 karat gold plated. There's the scale to a quarter. And again, this is going for $4. Yeah, it is. I think it's really nice. And this one's going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. Get that back in his pouch. Next up, we got another gold plated. This one is the Diamond Jubilee. Again, here's its little certificate of authenticity. Oh, and inside the certificate, it's got the clad layered in 24 karat gold. $5,555 of these made. The other one says how many were made too. There was not a lot for any of these. And this one is a colorized gold plated. The Diamond Jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen. And then the British Royal Seal. Celebrating the 60-year reign of Queen Elizabeth. And again, this one's going for $4. Gotta focus it a little sharper. There we go. Looking for $4 on this one. You gotta figure you get to a certain size where the gold plating would be enough gold that it would be at least marginally worth something. I don't know if this is to that size yet, but I figure eventually get there. Oh, and again, quarter for scale. It's another big one. So if anybody likes collecting like British medallions and stuff, this would be a great one to have. Especially with how few of them are made. Which isn't surprising because, you know, gold plating, you do enough of them, that starts to get expensive. Last call on this one. And you can definitely see that very fine mirror polish for the proof finish. You see my hand in the reflection quite easily. This thing is shiny. Alright, we're going to move on. Imagine if that was solid gold. That would be insane. Alright. Next up. Sandy, you skipped one. The buffalo head is next. Another big one. It's a buffalo head nickel design for the 1937 buffalo nickel. Big old medallion. It's all good. And again, looking for $4. This thing is a big one. Oh, and it was a Denver. There's your quarter for scale. Any takers at $4? Hey man, you got a full horn on this guy. You'll have to check it for double dice. Check it for the 3-leg. 3-leg, 2-feather. Doubling RPM. It won't fit in your book. Last call. Actually, that is the 3-legged buffalo. That's funny. That actually is the three-legged. So there you go. There's a good learning tool. A giant medallion that shows you what the three-legged buffalo looks like. Variety discovered. Of course I am. I put out a list for every auction. This week's got mailed out. It's on the Facebook page. And Thursdays will be as well. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want that three-legged buffalo, let me know. Right, now we're on the Indian head cent design. Large bronze medallion. Coin digging, I thought this one would be kind of cool for you, with how much you love your Indians. Just to have it. It's a copy of the 1877. Oh, Cindy decided you can't have it. 1877, for those of you that don't know Indians, that's the big Uber year. That's the most expensive of them all. And it looks like it's got some die chips. Big old die chips. It's all right. That one's going to Cindy. And one of the last of these gigantic medallions. And the biggest one of them all. I'm going to have to pull the camera up higher for this one. So this is a reverse proof finish. The 50th anniversary. John F. Kennedy. It's got the $50 design. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but to give you an idea of how high the relief on Kennedy's face is, it's bobbling on Kennedy's face. That is a very high relief. And again, looking for $4. There's that quarter to scale. I mean, you can see there how far that thing pops out. That is extremely high relief. And this one's going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. I'm just gonna say hi, lady. I don't want to mess up that second part. All right. Yeah, that thing is big. All right. Next up, we got 2 of these available at $4 a piece. Here's the 1982 proof set. Here's the number 1. And you get that little proof thing for it there. We got one going to Lady. Alright, Lady, this is your first time, so we need you to send us an email by the end of the night that has your shipping address and your PayPal info in it. And keep in mind that shipping will be added. And here is number 2. Oh, and being that this is your first time, you're on a $50 limit. First timers can only go up to $50. And nothing ever ships without payment. Ever. This one is also the 82. Same year. We had 2 of them. Yeah, that's just to protect us. So we can't have some troll come in and, run up a $200 bill they're not going to pay. Thinking, oh, they might just ship it and I'll get free stuff. Yeah, no, not going to happen. But once we've gotten a successful payment from you, then after that, you can go as high as you can afford. All right, last call on this one. Second 1982 proof set, $4. Yeah, you can pay right now if you want. Just throw on the $4 for the shipping as well. Unless you're planning on possibly getting something else, in which case you might want to wait. Because if your shipping goes any higher, you're going to be at a higher shipping charge. All right. If anybody decides you want that, let me know. Let me get these medallions out of the way real quick. Alright, next up we got a few items for you guys that like to collect the tokens. Starting off with a 6 tax and trade token bundle for $6. Oh, let me bring this down more. Got a good. Alright, I'm gonna do these on the scope. This ain't gonna work on this. Okay, so we are starting off with an Arizona State Tax Commission token. And then we've got a Baltimore, Maryland. This one is a Numis and Sons trade token. So these were in like war times when coins were really scarce. A lot of places made their own tokens that people could spend to get what they needed. And this is an example of that. So this is Newman & Sons from Baltimore, Maryland. I was actually able to find that one. This one I was not able to find where it was from. This one is a PALS 5-cent trade token. Good for 5 cents in trade. Next one's from Germany, actually. This one is a 10 Pfennig token. From Blankenberg, Thuringer, Wald, 1921. And then we got a Lincoln 9. Wasn't able to figure out where this one was from. But good for 5 cents in trade. We do not have any 83 sets. 83 didn't have mint sets. They only had the set that you could get if you went to the mint and did the tour in the mint in 1983. And those things are like $100 per set now if you want to buy them for just one mint. They did do proof sets, but we don't have any of those. And then this one's, I don't even know how to say that. It's R-A-O-U-L. Raoul, 50 cent. Trade token. So wherever this one was from was good for 50 cents in trade. So looking for $6 for this bundle. You get all 6 tokens. Makes it $1 a piece. It's not bad for a cool piece of history. Any takers? Yeah, these things are all in really nice condition. Here's that Arizona Tax Commission. That's where I'm from. Or where I'm at right now, anyway. I'm originally from New York, but Arizona's where I live now. And then, oh, the Newman & Sons. I forgot to tell you, the Newman & Sons, when I looked it up, this is actually from the 1800s. These were used between it's like 1860 and 1880 or something like that. And then, in fact, once the war was over, the government had quite a task getting all of the various tokens out of circulation. Because they were starting to pop up in the regular change. And it got to the point where they were actually buying them from people for the face value of the token to get rid of them all. Last call. Will do, lady. I will keep an eye out for it. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want that one, let me know. Oh, there went that rubber band. All right, next up, we've got a 3 gaming token bundle for $3. This one is a lucky play. There's actually 2 lucky plays. Franklin lucky plays. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Lucky play money. And then the third one is from the Showboat in Atlantic City. And is a 10-cent gaming token. So look for $3 for that little bundle. Very well could, because these are all 3 of these are bronze. All right, and we're going to go last call on this one. I want to spend a lot of time on these. Texas 10 to 15 second delay. It happens. All right, we're going to move on. All right, we got one more, and it's a 15 transit token bundle. And this one's going to be $15. There are some big collectors out there for these things. All right, so we're starting out with Baltimore, Maryland. United buys an electric company, Baltimore, Maryland. Good for 1 fare. And then Lancaster, Philadelphia, or Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Constega Transportation Company. Good for 1 fare. Actually, I had to look that up to see where that was from. But it's Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Then we got Baltimore again. Got Baltimore Streetcar Museum this time. Good for 1 fare. Excuse me. Then we got York, Pennsylvania. York Bus Company. Good for 1 fare. Then we got New York City Transit Authority. Good for 1 fare. It's actually 2 of those. And then we got Jacksonville, Florida. Motor Transit Company. And there's 2 of those. And then we've got Eastern Massachusetts Zone Transfer Token. Or Transportation Token. Eastern Massachusetts. Strico. That's good for 1 zone fare. All right, and then we've got from Dallas, Texas. Dallas RY and Term Company, City Lines. Good for 1 city fare. And then from Houston, Texas. Hey, Spikehead. It is Cheapskate. So Houston Electric Company. Good for 1 fare, 1 full fare. And then we got from Virginia. The Virginia Electric and Power Company. 1 fare, Norfolk Division. So it's up by the naval base in Norfolk, Virginia. And then Delaware. The Delaware Coach Company. Good for 1 fare. And then we've got Washington, D.C. 1 District of Columbia fare. Capital Transit. And the last one is the Baltimore Streetcar Museum, which we already have 1 of those, so there's actually 2 of these. So $15 for the whole bundle. Go through those again for you real quick. So there's 2 Baltimore Streetcar. And then there's the United Rise and Electric Company from Baltimore, Maryland. Constega Transportation Company from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Here's that second Streetcar Museum one. And then there was the York Bus Company from York, Pennsylvania. New York City Transit Authority. There's 2. Jacksonville, Florida Motor Transit. There was 2. Eastern Massachusetts Zone Transit Token. RY Term Company from Dallas, Texas. Houston Electric Company from Houston, Texas. Virginia Electric and Power Company. And that was the one from Norfolk, Virginia. The Delaware Coach Company. And the Washington, D.C. Well, hey, no time like the present to start. All right, last call on this bundle. This is an awesome bundle, guys. There's a lot of collectors for these things out there. And we got 1 more token after this, and then we're back into coins. Oh, these are actually a little bit different on the Baltimores, because that one's got a B and that one's got an S. Both from the Streetcar Museum, but different issues apparently. Cool. It's an S over B. Alright, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want those, let me know. We got one last token. Right, this one is from the Grand Lodge in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this one is John L. McCain, Grand Master Masons, 1976. American Bicentennial Year Token. This one's going for $4. Of course, the only way you were able to get these originally was if you were a Mason. And of course, the only way to become a Mason is you have to know somebody else who is a Mason, and they have to invite you in. And then the rest of their chapter has to vote on it. I only know that because I know somebody who is one. Well, I knew somebody who was one. I haven't talked to him in many years, but that's how it worked back then. But kind of cool. If anybody's into the, the Freemason history and all the Da Vinci Code kind of stuff and all that, it'd be a cool little piece to have. Or if you know anybody that's into that kind of stuff, it'd be a cool little gift for them. How often do you come across a Grandmaster Mason token? All right, last call. Then we're going to get into some coin rolls. Hey, Bigfoot. Got your email, lady. Do you use the same email address for PayPal? Hey, Silver. You do use the same one for PayPal? Okay, because we can also send invoice at the end. All right, so we're on the last call on this one. $4 for a Grandmaster Mason token. Good size too. I mean, it's in a $half holder. Okay. Well, if you want, log into your email or your PayPal real quick so you know which one it's from, and then just let me know when you do the email. All right, and this one's going to Bigfoot. Congrats, Bigfoot. All right. Going into BU rolls now. Starting off with 1974 plain date Lincoln cents. We've got 2 of them available. $3 a piece. Got 1 going to silver. Leaves 1 available. All right, 1 left. $3. 1974 uncirculated. Full B roll. Last call on this one. All right, Silver's just going to take both. He's like, well, if nobody else wants it, I'll take it. All right, next item up, we've got 2 available. These are the 2009 Denver formative year rolls. These are actually mint rolls at $5 each. Formative years is the Lincoln on a log year. And 1 going to Bigfoot. Leaves 1 available. Any takers on number 2? 2009 formative years from the Denver Mint. And Bigfoot's going to go ahead and take both. Congrats, Bigfoot. All right. Next up, again, we got 2 available. These are, again, the formative years, but these are the Philly Mint.
Hi, Cindy.
And again, they are $5 each. Again, these are same thing, but from the Philadelphia Mint. Again, we got 1 going to Bigfoot. Leaves 1 left. Anybody else want to jump on one? Last call. One final. And Bigfoot supposes he'll win. All right, so they're both going to Bigfoot. Hey, you're getting 2 sets of P&D. Nothing wrong with that. All right, next up, again, 2 available. These are the 2009 Denver Professional Life Mint Rolls. That's the Lincoln standing in front of the building. And again, these are going for $5 each. Last call on these. $2009 Professional Life Lincoln Cents. Unopened mint rolls from the Denver Mint. $5 each. Alright, we're going to move on. If you decide you want those, let me know. Alright, and then we got 4 available for the Philadelphia Mint. For the Professional Lives. And again, these are going at $5 each. Any takers on these? Last call. Alright, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want any of those, let me know. Alright, next up we got a 1982 full cent type set for $3. These are kind of neat because they make sure that you have all of the large date and small dates for copper and zinc. And they're all BUs. So, good way to make sure you have them all. And this one's going to Bill Betts. Congrats, Bill. Alright. Next item up. This is a 2017 Philadelphia NGC certified to be gem uncirculated, and it is signed, hand signed by the designer of the Union Shield reverse, Miss Lyndall Bass. Only year they ever put the P mint mark on the coin for the pennies. This one's going for $15. which is about spot on for the value on the coin for it being gem uncirculated. And then you have the bonus of it's slabbed, and you got the hand signs from the designer. So whether you like the shields or not, it's still a very cool thing to have. And the good thing about this one is, in 100 years, that coin is still going to look like that because it's in the NGC slab. Sold to Alden Davis. Scraps, Alden. All right. Next up, we've got an oldie. I'll probably have to show this under the scope at least somewhat. I'll see if I can't get it to go on the overhead. But this is an 1802 large cent. You don't get a whole lot older than this. Now, it is an AG. It's pretty rough. You can see the date there, 1802. This one's going for $25. Believe it or not, that's still low for this grade. Throw it on the scope a little bit. All right, there's your date, 1802. You do have the full bust outline. You can make out some of the lettering. You still make out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. A little bit of the ribbon detail. You can make out all the lettering on the reverse. And you can make out the 1, and then you can just barely make out that it is 1 over 100. There's 2 different varieties of this coin. There's the 1 over 100, and then there's the 1 over 000. And if you ever get the one that's the 1 over 000, that one's a lot more rare and a lot more expensive. But a great, great old coin. 1802. That would be only, what, the 7th year they ever made large cents, I think. I think 1895 was the, or 1795, I think was the first year. Looking for $25 on that awesome oldie. Actual list on this one, by the way, if anybody's wondering, even in About Good, is 48 bucks. So you're still getting it basically at half price for what list is on it, even in that grade. And there are some of these out there that you just can't make out anything other than a little bit of bust outline. You can't see the dates, you can't see anything. Any takers? Last call. That's an excellent price for this, guys. Half off catalog list. The 1802, if I remember right, is the braided hair, right? Cindy, you know your large cents, is that right? It's the braided hair for 1802, right? Or is it the draped? Draped, okay. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want that, let me know. All right, next up, we got a Canadian oldie. All right, this is an 1824 half cent from the Wellington Bank in Canada. You heard something about the ribbon? Oh yeah, I said you could make out on the one that we were just showing. I had said that you could make out part of the ribbon. As for a variety, I don't know if you'd be able to tell on this one or not. If there's a variety on it. That'd be tough. Alright, so this is a half cent token from the Wellington Bank in Canada. Very dark coin, so I might have to try this one under the scope. 1814. You saw what, the variety? Here you go, half penny token. Got Britannia on the back. Oh, you saw the ribbon? The date is pretty beat up. The only reason I know it's 1814 is because I looked it up, and that's the only year they made this one. So this one I'm looking for $10. 1814. This thing is more than 200 years old. All right, last call on this one. I'll tell you what, I'll do a bundle deal. If anybody wants both of these. So you got the 1814 and the 1802 large set. So you have two really, really old coins. I'll do it for $30 for both. I'll knock $5 off. Tonight only. Give you two 1800 coins. 1802 large cent from America and an 1814 half cent from Canada. You want to do that, Matthew? 30 bucks for both? Do I ever come across Civil War tokens? Sometimes. You looking to get some in your collection? I can tell you they're not cheap. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody said you want those, let me know. You wouldn't mind having a couple? Okay, I'll keep an eye out. No problem, sir. All right, next up for $5, we got the Statue of Liberty proof half dollar deep cameo from 1986. It's a Statue of Liberty with the sun setting or rising, one of the two. Guess it depends on how you want to look at it. It could be rising or setting. Or if you know the actual layout of how the Statue of Liberty is sitting, then I guess you'd know if it was rising or setting, which I do not. And then you got the new immigrants on Ellis Island waiting to go into Manhattan on the reverse. Looking for $5. Like 30 bucks each. Yeah, there's some of them that are, 20 to 30 bucks each, and then there's some of them that are many hundreds and even into the thousands for the rarest ones. And this is going to Alden Davis. Congrats, Alden. I'll let you know, Silver. I'll shoot you an email and let you know what I can find. All right, next up, we've got a bunch of Kennedy proofs. And I'm going to do these kind of quick. Every single one of these is going to be $3 each. And we're starting with the 1980. And I just dropped one. 1980 Kennedy proof. $3. Will do, Alden. Have fun at work. All right, moving on. Like I said, I'm going to go through these quick. 1983. $3. Every one of these is deep cameo. Can you get the other 82 set that you bid on? So you want both of them? Yeah, that's no problem. Where'd you go? All right, that will put you at the $8.50 shipping. Just FYI. Because you're going to be in the small flat rate box. All right, moving on to 1985. $3. Moving on. 1986. All right, moving on. 1987. Get out of their hair. A piece of hair wanting to be part of the show. 87 is going to Bigfoot. All right, 1988. Again, $3 for all of these. Well, $3 each, not, you know what I meant. All right, moving on to 1989. Moving on to 1990. Proofs have always been one of the hardest things to show on camera. Because they got that mirror polish on it, so of course it reflects the light right back. Moving on to 1991. Going to Bill Betts. Scratch, Bill. All right. And then 1992. There, their hair. There. Moving on. 1993. By the way, some of these you might catch a fingerprint in the camera. That's actually on the plastic from when I put it in. It's not on the coin. I never touched the face or the reverse of the coins. I only hold it like that from the rim. Especially proofs. You know, even the brown Lincoln cents, like the wheat cents and Indians and stuff like that. I know some people say, you know what, they're already brown, they're already circulated. Why does it matter? To me, it matters just because I don't want to add more wear to it than what it's already got. Personal choice. Eating that fried chicken again. All right, moving on. $19.94. Has anybody noticed that the art of making really, really good, like old school Southern fried chicken seems to have been lost? Like even the restaurants can't do it anymore. Can't remember the last time I actually saw, like, had genuinely good fried chicken from anywhere. All right, moving on to 1995. This was going to Bill Betts. Congrats, sir. And 1997. Going to Bill Betts. Congrats, sir. Bill trying to complete some of his Kennedy set right now. And 98. Going to Bill. Congrats, Bill. And then 99. Going to Bill. Congrats, Bill. Like Bill's going to be filling lots of spaces in his collection tonight. And then 2001. All right, moving on. Oh, wait, did I ever show the reverse? Moving on. 2003. Don't worry, silver fans. We do have some silver coming up shortly. Hey, Ramon. All right, moving on. 2004. Going to Bill Betts. What? Somebody likes silver? When did this happen? Next up, 2005. Moving on. Next up is 2006. Might actually have a die crack. See that? Running from the right, or the chin and the neck meet to the rim. All right, moving on. 2007. All right, moving on. 2009. On to Bigfoot. And 2012 is going to Lady. There's that one. All right. All right, let me get these out of the way. All right. I'm going to do a quick intermission, and then we will get into silver. So give me a few minutes. And we shall see if we can't get some silver into your collections. So I will be right back. Don't leave anywhere. All right. Rearrange some stuff real quick. No music to listen to. I don't want to get copyrighted. All right, so we have 3 of these, but there are some minor differences in them. You'll see what I mean. All right. Here's the first one. And I do have them numbered, so I know exactly which are which. Can't even see it on camera. It says, that actually says number 1 on it. Wow, the camera's not wanting to see that at all. But it does say number 1 on it. So it has some stuff about the silver dollars. It comes with a crisp silver certificate, star note, and that is a, let's focus that a little better. That's a 1957 crisp star note. And then it's got a 1921 Morgan, a 1922 peace dollar, and that is a little holder full of silver granules. And Let me see the mint mark on these real quick. I gotta be careful popping these out. All right, there's your reverses. And the weight, let me check the weight on this real quick. On the silver granules. Well, it looks like the Morgan is a plain date. And the piece dollar, kind of hard to tell. I'll look at it closer here in a sec. So the weight on the silver granules is just shy of a ½ ounce of silver. So that's just shy of a ½ ounce. Where's my trusty thing at? Oh, there it is. And yeah, piece dollar is a plain date as well. All right, and let me get this back in its holder. And those are both BUs, by the way, on the Morgan and the piece dollar. So you're getting, for 55 bucks, 1921 plain date Morgan BU, a 1922 piece dollar BU plain date, a just shy of a ½ ounce of silver granules. The weight on it was actually 0.43 ounces. And you're getting the 1957 crisp Star Note silver certificate. Oh, don't worry, lady. We get cool stuff like this all the time. Looking for 55 bucks, anyone? A dang good price, too. Because even if you figure 20 bucks for the Morgan, 20 bucks for the piece dollar, there's 40. And then figure melt for that, you're basically at 47.5. And these are, I mean, that's figuring a low on these. And then your Star Note crisp. Looking for 55 bucks, anyone? Is everything the same date you mean on all three of the sets? No, there is some different mixed in dates. And the mint marks on some of it could be different. Tell you what, lady, I'll make an exception. If you send 1 penny to my PayPal to confirm the PayPal, I'll let you add that to your package. Just send it friends and family. There's my email. It's the same for my email and for PayPal. Send 1 cent to confirm it, and I'll let you add one of these. Yeah, make sure when you pay at the end of the night, you always pay goods and services. Last call. Only $55 for this thing. It was an awesome set. All right, I got it. Cool. I got it. So you want this one? Oh, and yes, on your question about the 2012, yes. All right, awesome. So this one is going to you, Miss Lady. All right. All right, here is set number 2. You want one in a couple weeks? Well, if one doesn't sell, we'll set one aside for you. How's that? All right, again, you got your crisp silver certificate from 1957A. You got your 1921 Morgan, your 1922 piece dollar, and your silver granules. And these, all of these that I've ever seen, the weight on the silver granules is pretty much the same. And then I'll look at the mint marks on these real quick. All right, looks like these are plain dates again. Oops. Here's your reverses. And then the silver on this one, I'll confirm. Yep. Actually, this one is 0.268 ounces of silver granules. So again, looking for 55 bucks. For set number 2. Back in there. There we go. Any takers at $55? Last call on this one. This is a great price considering if I was selling these individually, I would be probably doing between 25 and 30 bucks for that one and probably $35 for that one. Just for those. All right, we're going to move on. So coin digging, do you want me to set this one aside for you? Yeah, I know you said it'll be a couple weeks. All right, here is set number 3. Another star note. Crisp uncirculated. Yeah, just shoot me an email and let me know how long you need me to hold it for you. All right, this one, a little bit different. This one, the Peace Dollar's in 1923, not a 22. And then we got the 21 Morgan. And you got your silver granules. And let me check these all out again. Very carefully. All right, on this one, silver granules weight is 0.232 ounces of silver. And then mint marks. Peace Dollar's a plain date. As is the Morgan. So again, they are plain dates. But this time you're getting a 1923 Peace Dollar. Plain date BU. We can just put back together real quick. Oh, this one's going to silver. What company put these together? I'm actually not sure. Oh, it says it right down there. So, a product of Treasure Album something or other. Well, we're happy to have you now, lady. And we're on every Monday and Thursday. Yeah, we've been doing this for about a year. Hey, help spread word. We're trying to get up to the 1,000 sub mark. We're going to do a gigantic giveaway when we get there. Come on. Work for me. What is up with it? Stop it. All right, give me a sec. Having a technical difficulty. One second. All right, working again. All right, next up, we got a Blangin BU 1974 San Francisco Eisenhower dollar. This is the 40% silver type. So this is what would be referred to as the blue Ike. Because these normally came in the blue packaging. You had the blues and the browns. The browns are the proofs. Oh yeah, this thing is crazy good condition. This one's going for $10. This could be yours for $10. Last call. This thing is gorgeous. And 40% silver to boot. Silver Coin Digging says you need this. Alright, moving on. If you may decide you want that, let me know. Oh, Bigfoot Silver's taking it. Alright, he's coming in right at the end. Alright, the next few items, you guys have seen some of these before. These are those Vegas and Atlantic City limited edition silver gaming tokens. 0.999 silver, 0.7 of an ounce of silver each. And all of these are going to be going at $13 a piece. Alright, starting off with the Hard Rock Hotel. Hang on, I think I have these backwards. Yep. Alright. That's the first one from the Hard Rock Hotel, which silver is buying. Oh, okay. Silver, or Bigfoot wants me to send the Ike to silver. Will do, sir. There you go, Silver. You found somebody to pay for it. Oop, that's the wrong one. And here's the second one from the Hard Rock. $13. Last call. Yeah, these things are very cool. From the Hard Rock Hotel. All right, moving on. All right, second one. We have 3 available at $13 a piece. These are from the Desert Inn in Las Vegas, Nevada. So these 3, the designs are all the same. Sheraton Desert Inn. There's number 1. There's number 2. All dated 1995. And there's number 3. And of course, each one of these is marked 0.999 fine silver. And it's the inner core disc that's the silver. The outer is brass. Any day wants one. Leaves 2 left. And I'm going to go last call on these. Keep in mind, guys, these are just shy of 3/4 of an ounce of silver. So you're getting these things pretty dang close to melt. All right, we're going to move on. All right, next up is from the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. .999 fine. As the Boston Tea Party. $13. Any takers? Last call. I do Facebook. Here's my Facebook link. All right, moving on. All right, last one. We got 2 of these available. They are slightly different in design. These are from McCarran Slots. The first one has the Jack and the Ace of Hearts. Playing some 21. McCarran is from the International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then the second one has 7-Eleven dice. So you got your cards and you got your dice. $13 each. Let me know which one you want. Cards or dice. Or both. And again, as with the rest of them, inner core, 0.999 silver on both of those. Do I see a lot of these? Not a ton. I just grab them whenever Rick's got them because they seem to be popular. You guys seem to like to pick these up whenever we got them. So I don't mind grabbing them. You want the one with the dice? All right, one with the dice is going to silver. Put a little note next to it. Dice. All right. That just leaves the one with the cards. And we're going on last call. And coin digging one coming up next is one I know you've been hoping for. All right, moving on. All right, next up, actually the next two, we have both the 1892 and the 1893 Columbian Expo half dollars. There you go, 1892. Is that the one you wanted, coin digging, the 92? Oh, no, I mislabeled that. They're both 92s. Oh, wait, no, they're not. 93. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at that. So yeah, 93. All right, so Coin Digging's got the 92. That leaves the 1893. $15 for the 1893. First commemorative half dollar the United States ever made. Who's the Colombian Expo has. Really? These aren't that expensive. Even in BUs, they're only like, what, 45, 50 bucks? Unless you get like, you know, looking for like top slot registry level. I've sold these in AU for 25 many times. All right, last call on this one. This one's about a VF, if anybody's wondering. Maybe like a high VF. Not quite an EF. Ah, gotcha. Well, I mean, in your defense, you just spent half the year rebuilding your house from last winter. All right, moving on. If anybody decides they want that one, let me know. Next up, we got two of these available. These are the 1946 Booker T. Washington commemorative half dollars. Both of them are brilliant uncirculated. An incredibly expensive Indian. Let me guess, a 1877? Or was it the 1909S? So there's number one. These are $25 each. And there's number two. $25 each. 1887 or 1877 and EF. Yeah, that would be a very expensive coin. That's like over $1,000, isn't it? In EF? Or is that still in the hundreds range? Yeah, they're very nice. You should buy one. Any takers? 25 bucks each. 775. Dang. Yeah, that is a big investment. But congrats on getting it, man. That's nice. That is very awesome. All right, last call on these. $25 a piece. Brilliant uncirculated. Can't complain about 25 bucks for a BU commemorative hat from 1946. You overpaid for the 1909S? $700. What grade? That he was, Bigfoot. All right, moving on. If anybody decides you want one of those, let me know. Next up, we got a 1964 Kennedy half-dollar proof. It is not a cameo. And that's why it's only 20 bucks. This thing in a cameo is retardedly expensive. The back of it still does have a little bit. You can see there a little bit of the frost left to it. But it's not enough that if you got it graded, it would not get the cameo. Because it'd have to be all of it. Every device has to have it to get the cameo. Still a very beautiful coin, though. Oh, I would imagine. For $20, anyone? It's about the lowest price you'll ever hope to pay for a 64 Kennedy proof. If you find one for lower, there's something wrong with it. What's the value on it if it had the cameo? One sec. I'll tell you. Load. Come on, 4G, work. My app's not wanting to work right now. One sec. If I lag out a little bit, I apologize. I'm opening up another browser. All right, Kennedy half-dollar proofs. 64, not the accented hair. That would be even retardedly more expensive. All right, so non-cameo, this one. And I'd say that's at least a 66 or a 67 proof. So list on this one is basically 40 bucks. If it was cameo at 66, 67 would be between $60 and $75. And if it was deep cameo, again, for the same grade, deep cameo for a proof 67 would be $225. Zoom the I in Liberty. There you go. There is the eye. And of course, if it was the accented hair, then right in there would have a lot more hair detail. That would be all filled in with hair detail. All right, Silver, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in. All right, last call on this one, 20 bucks. Silver's going to miss out on the rest of the silver. All right, moving on. If anybody decides you want that one, let me know. Next up is the 2004 San Francisco Silver Kennedy Proof. 90% silver. This one is a deep cameo. Looking for 10 bucks. And the takers. Sold it any day. Congrats, Annie. And then next up is the 2005 90% silver. That thing, check that out. That is white on. That's almost like blue black. Again, looking for 10 bucks. Another beautiful silver proof. Sold it any day. Congrats, Annie. And one last silver proof Kennedy half dollar. 2008 San Francisco. 90% silver proof. 10 bucks. Just a reminder to everybody, if you want to get on the mailing list, so you get the lot list in your email before every show, sold any day. Shoot me an email at cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and just let me know you want to get added to the mailing list. And then usually about the day before, we also post the lot list on our Facebook page, Cheapskate Coin Collecting on Facebook. All right, next up, a 1961 proof quarter with beautiful toning that the camera has never wanted to do justice, and Cindy's grabbing that. She's like, gimme. There's the reverse. That thing's awesome. All right, that is going to Miss Cindy. Almost done. 5 more items. All right, got a little bit of foreign going now. We got some reals. Starting from 1753. A 4 reals from Mexico. 91.7% silver. This one's in about good. Going for 15 bucks. Sold to Flash. Hey, Flash, I didn't even know you were here. All right, next up. A 1776 2 reals. AG with some damage. 90% silver. Going for 15 bucks. This would be what's referred to as a colonial coin. Because a lot of the spending back in the 1700s, when America was first being founded, this one's going to Lady Jax. I'm just going to call you Lady Jax. Was, you know, reals and all that kind of thing. All right, next up, 1792 reals. It is the 4 eyes Roman numeral version. That's important to distinguish because there were 2 varieties of this coin made. The other one is the Roman numeral IV. So this is the one that's got the 4 eyes instead of the IV. It again is in AG and looking for 15 bucks. And it's upside down. There we go. Now it's right side up. Looking for 15 bucks. Any takers? Going to Flash, 15 bucks. Congrats, sir. All right. Next up, we got a 1913 1 real, or 1813, sorry. 1813 1 real. And about good. It does have a hole in it. So somebody did hold this for probably having it tied to their clothing so they don't lose it. Beyond that, I still got it listed as an AG, but it's not too terrible. They still lost it. So for that reason, this one's going for 12 bucks. And that's the 1813 1 real. 90% silver. They spent it. Or a pirate jacket. It's always a possibility, too. Last call on this one, 12 bucks. 1813, 1 real from Mexico. Even with the hole on it, which that just adds to the history in my opinion, but 12 bucks is a great price. All right, moving on. Last one of the night. The only non-silver real of the bunch. 1834 quarter real. Oh, Flash is grabbing the other one. All right. Congrats, Flash. So this is the 1834 quarter real from Mexico. This one's actually bronze. And this one's going for $8. Takers. Last call. Moving on. Is there anything that anybody missed that you wanted to revisit? We still got a bunch of the tokens and medallions left. We still got a bunch of Kennedy proofs left. Still got a bunch of the 2009 Lincoln cent rolls left. Still have some of the 1802 large cent still available. 1824 half cent from Wellington, Canada still available. So if anybody wanted 09 Lincoln cent mint rolls, still got 6 available at $5 each. Got Professional Life Denver, there's 2 available. Professional Life Philadelphia are the other 4. So these are all Professional Life, Philly and Denver's. $5 a roll. So those are still available. As I said, a bunch of the Kennedy proofs, the clad proofs are still available. The 1802 large cent still available for 25. We got 3 of the big bronze or the big medallions. You'll take a roll, Trent? Do you want Philadelphia or Denver? Bigfoot wants 1 of each. Bigfoot's getting a Denver and a Philly. And Trent wants 1 of each, Denver, Philly. All right, that leaves 2 Phillies left if anybody wants them. All right, from the big honking medallions, we still got the. I need to raise this up for this. We still got the Stone Mountain $50 design. Again, here's that quarter for scale. These things are huge. That's $4. We still got the 3-legged buffalo design. 1937. Three-legged buffalo. These are all copper nickel clads. Oh, this one is bronze. That's a big old bronze medallion. This one is, I'm guessing, probably nickel-plated copper. Or nickel-plated bronze. That one's $4. Right, Cindy's taking the Stone Mountain. And then we've also got the 24 karat gold plated Diamond Jubilee. Yeah, 1 second. And there's that one. Will do, Flash. All right, so Stone Mountain to Cindy. So yeah, this is 24 karat gold plated copper nickel clad in proof design. Diamond Jubilee, Majesty the Queen. This one's $4 too. And this one, only 5,555 of these were ever minted. And this one is number 1002. So very cool on that one. Again, there's your quarter for scale. That's a big honker too. And this one's going to Any Day. Any Day's like, that's pretty, I want it. All right. All right, the reals that were left. There was only one. It was just the 1834 quarter real, the bronze one. That was the only real left.
Okay, Bigfoot.
Yeah, we'll get it out here shortly, Bigfoot.
I almost tripped.
And this one was $8.
Excuse me.
And then there were still some of the silver casino tokens, the limited editions. There's still 4 of these left. Oh, airtights. If anybody needed airtights, we got a bag of 15 airtights for $10, including a big honker. Where's the date on what? The real? So if anybody wants these, and it goes up, there's the smallest one in here is a penny airtight. That's right there. There are Silver Eagle ones in here. There are Morgan ones in here. Like I said, that one. I mean, here's that big buffalo token thing, or that medallion. That's bigger than that. And then you got a slightly smaller one. That one might actually fit in that one. Then you got some silver dollar size. Looks like you got some half dollar. The penny. So a lot of variety of sizes.
This 37, not including chicken.
Two.
Bigfoot.
But that's that bag of airtights.
I'm pretty sure.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
One second, guys. Bigfoot, you're going to be at 55 with shipping. Well, 55.50 with shipping. All right. Now for Andy Day's question.
Okay.
Wrong side.
Trigger. Pointer.
I don't remember where the date on this one was.
I don't know.
I think I'm too close.
I don't remember. Oh. No.
Hold on a sec. Trying to remember where the heck the date on this thing is.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There you go. It's kind of hard to make out on the scope, but there's the 1, there's the 8, there's the 3, and there's the 4. So, yeah, there's your date. All right, and Lady Jacks, you wanted to know yours for your total? Lady Jacks, yours is going to be $86.50. $86.50. So I'm going to get out of here, start getting to work on people's invoices. I will be back on Thursday, as usual. Everybody have a great New Year's Eve. See you all next year. Cindy, thanks for modding as always. And coin digging, like I said, just shoot me an email and let me know how long I need to hold that for you. Okay. And Ramon, I'll get your invoice out tonight for the ancients that we were holding for you. Ship mine on January 6th. What day is that? We probably can't do it on the 6th. It'll probably be on like the 7th or the 8th because it's Tuesday and Wednesday are the 2 days we can get to the post office. That close enough? All right, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night. Lady Jacks, make sure you get that payment in tonight. Being that it's your first time. Cool. Hopefully you guys liked my little picture of the squirrel riding a dinosaur. Thought it'd be fun. Yep, awesome. We got it. Cool. All right. Everybody be safe this New Year's Eve. Don't get crazy. I am out of here.